Top 10 Ancient Empires that were erased from history. When we think of ancient empires, names like Rome, Egypt, and Persia dominate the conversation, but history is far larger and far stranger than what most textbooks reveal. Entire empires once controlled vast territories, commanded powerful armies, and shaped culture and trade across continents, only to fade so completely that even their names were forgotten for centuries. What happened to them? Were they destroyed by war, swallowed by nature, or undone by their own ambition? In today's video, we're uncovering the top 10 ancient empires that were erased from history, powerful civilizations whose rise and fall still echo through archaeology, legend, and mystery. And number 1 was so influential that its disappearance changed the course of an entire region. 10. The Elamite Empire, ancient Iran. The Elamites ruled parts of present-day Iran for over 2,000 years, rivaling Mesopotamian powers like Sumer and Babylon. They developed their own language, writing system, and complex political structure. Despite their long dominance, the Elamites gradually disappeared from historical records after repeated conflicts with Assyrian forces. Their cities were destroyed, and their culture was absorbed by rising empires. For centuries, Elam's existence was barely known until archaeologists began uncovering its forgotten legacy. 9. The Hittite Empire, Anatolia. The Hittites were one of the Bronze Age's greatest powers, controlling much of modern-day Turkey and challenging Egypt itself. They pioneered advanced ironworking and sophisticated legal systems. Then, around 1200 BCE, the Hittite Empire collapsed almost overnight. Cities were abandoned, records stopped, and trade networks vanished. Historians still debate whether invasion, internal collapse, or climate change caused their sudden disappearance. What remains is one of history's most dramatic vanishing acts. 8. The Silla-Balhae rival kingdoms in Korea. After the fall of Goguryeo, the Korean peninsula was dominated by rival states whose histories were later overshadowed. Balhae, in particular, controlled vast lands across modern Korea, China, and Russia. Despite its cultural sophistication and military power, Balhae was eventually erased by conquest and political fragmentation. Much of its history survives only through scattered records and archaeological fragments. 7. The Achaemenid satrapies of Central Asia. While the Persian Empire is famous, many of its Central Asian satrapies, regional empires governed by local rulers, were erased after Alexander the Great's conquest. These regions blended Persian administration with local traditions, creating unique hybrid cultures. When Persia fell, these satrapies vanished from written history, absorbed by new empires, and forgotten until modern archaeological discoveries brought them back into focus. 6. The Mitanni Empire in northern Mesopotamia. The Mitanni were a powerful kingdom that dominated parts of Syria and Mesopotamia. They were known for advanced horse training techniques and chariot warfare, giving them a military edge over rivals. Despite their power, the Mitanni were eventually crushed between the Hittites and Assyrians. Their cities fell, their language vanished, and their empire disappeared from memory for over 1,000 years. 5. The Tarim Basin kingdoms in western China. Hidden along the Silk Road, the Tarim Basin kingdoms thrived as cultural crossroads between East and West. These societies blended Indian, Persian, and Chinese influences, creating unique languages, religions, and art. As trade routes shifted and empires expanded, the Tarim kingdoms declined and vanished. Desert sands buried their cities, preserving them until explorers rediscovered them centuries later. 4. The Khmer Empire's peripheral states in Southeast Asia.
While Angkor Wat stands as a symbol of Khmer power, many surrounding states that supported the empire disappeared completely. These regional kingdoms managed water systems, trade routes, and agriculture. When climate shifts and political instability weakened the Khmer heartland, these peripheral states collapsed as well, erased from history and reclaimed by jungle. 3. The Tiwanaku Sphere in Andean, South America. Centered near Lake Titicaca, Tiwanaku influenced vast areas of the Andes long before the Inca. Its monumental stone architecture and advanced agriculture supported a powerful regional empire. Then, around 1000 CE, Tiwanaku declined rapidly. Environmental changes and drought may have triggered collapse, causing the empire to fragment and disappear. For centuries, its ruins stood unexplained, silent witnesses to a lost power. 2. The Oxus Civilization in Central Asia. Also known as the Bactria-Marjana Archaeological Complex, this civilization flourished along the Oxus River with sophisticated urban planning, metalwork, and trade networks. Despite its influence, the Oxus civilization vanished around 1700 BCE. Cities were abandoned, and their people left no written records explaining their disappearance. Its rediscovery in the 20th century shocked historians, revealing a major empire that history had completely forgotten. 1. The Akkadian Empire, Mesopotamia. Topping our list is one of the world's first true empires. Founded by Sargon of Akkad, this empire unified much of Mesopotamia under centralized rule. Yet after just a few centuries, the Akkadian Empire collapsed. Climate change, drought, famine, and rebellion may have combined to destroy it. The fall of Akkad triggered a dark age lasting generations, proving that even the most powerful empires can vanish without warning, leaving history forever changed. Which erased empire surprised you the most? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed uncovering these forgotten powers of the ancient world, hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating top 10s, and share this video with someone who loves history and mystery. Until next time, stay curious and stay ambitious.